As we come to the end of this phase of our life,
I have a career. What the hell am I doing?
we find ourselves trying to remember the good times.
Hello!
And trying to forget the bad times.
I don't know why I can't say no. I guess I want people to like me.
And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years?
Smile, my boy. It's sunrise.
But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth.
Hi, I'm Captain Cinema. Well, Tuesday was the one-year anniversary of Robin Williams' tragic passing. This is made sadder because of the fact that Rowdy Roddy Piper had passed us last week. Talk about a 1-2 punch. Well, I'd like to revisit some old Robin Williams reviews in hopes of better expressing how much this meant to me. I'd like to read my review of World's Greatest Dad. Over the past few years, there have been a series of celebrity death hoaxes. People have a tendency to believe anything that they find on Facebook, especially if it's a meme, and it gets blown out of proportion. The biggest problem is that when someone actually dies, it's hard to tell if it's actually real. And then you have the cynics, like myself, who scour the internet trying to verify this. Well, because I couldn't verify, I just went ahead with the hopes that he didn't. Chicago-born Robin Williams, one of the fastest wits ever, has possibly passed away. This is such a shame. His talents were always underutilized, and his dramatic performances, which won him an Oscar, were really good, especially when he was allowed to make the character his own. His performances in 1 Hour Photo was chilling, and that led me to the review of World's Greatest Dad. Directed by Williams' friend Bobcat Goldthwait, Williams is an English teacher who might get fired. He has a teenage son who likes to experiment with bizarre sexual practices. His girlfriend is more interested in another man, and eventually he discovers that his son accidentally choked while performing autoerotic asphyxiation. To keep his son's dignity in death, he covers his son's tracks and writes up a suicide note. Eventually, the note gets out, and he ghostwrites a journal for his son. This gets the attention of the media, and this journal becomes the bestseller, turning Williams into a celebrity. Eventually, the pressure to keep the lie going gets too much for him, and it concludes when he confesses on an Oprah-style show, a la A Million Little Pieces. The movie isn't really good. It's boring and depressing. The sub-characters are really unlikable. However, Goldthwait is a good director, and the performance of Williams was so overlooked because of its direct-to-DVD release. If he has passed, it's a shame. He could have given us better, and he could have done so much better. If he's not, I look forward to his amazing return. Well, the news turned out to be true, and I was attacked by a couple of fans. One even cited, you chose this when you could have picked so many other greats, like Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire, or RV. RV, really? Then another attacked me with a Zoidberg quote. Your reviews are bad, and you should feel bad. That one really hurt. I decided to turn it over to the fans and let them pick the Robin Williams movie for me to review, and they chose What Dreams May Come, which won by 1 vote. And here was that review. Robin Williams was such an iconic presence that he shaped most of our lives in one way or another. His passing is on the same effect of this generation as Milton Berle's did for the previous. I won't lie, I cheated a little with this review. I started rewatching his movies just to get a jump start. They were all hard to watch. In The Fisher King, he battles delusions and a tragic loss. In Jack, he's a boy trapped in a man's body. In Good Morning Vietnam, he's quiet and reserved until it's time to perform. In Death to Smoochy, he's fallen from grace. In Insomnia and 1 Hour Photo, even The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, he proved that he had a dark side. His range as an actor fluctuated, and it was astounding. However, he also had a string of flops. But just because a movie's a flop doesn't mean it was bad, or that he gave a bad performance. It just means it slipped into obscurity. Seriously, who remembers Jacob the Liar? His performances are now tragic, and you can see the pain and love, the joy and sorrow of each character, and everyone made me stop the movie for a break. Even the same effect with World's Greatest Dad. It's eerie. What Dreams May Come is no exception. This is probably the most difficult of his films to watch in the wake of his tragic death, because it mirrors reality. Williams plays Chris, a physician and family man. His wife is his soulmate. They have a wonderful life, beautiful courtship, and eventually marry and start a family. However, their children die in a tragic car accident. Returning home one night, Chris witnesses a car accident. He gets out to help, only to be the victim of another accident. His selfless act gives him a pass, and he wakes up to find himself in heaven, which is impressive. This movie won an Oscar for visual effects, and it's easy to see why. But something's missing. Annie, his wife. Annie can't live without Chris, so she takes her own life. She's sent to hell, and Chris decides to tear heaven and hell apart. Along the way, he's met by his guardian angel, Albert, who joins him on his quest. There's a reveal about the people he meets, and even though it's obvious, it's still bittersweet and touching. Eventually, he finds his wife, and because they're soulmates, decide to be born again because they'll find each other. Maybe it's the fact that this movie is so close to his death, but I have nothing negative to say about this. This movie's great. No wonder it won by popular vote. The casting was good. The direction was good. The acting was good. And the visuals were amazing. Cuba Gooding Jr. and Max von Sydow, they both gave performances that elevated this movie and made it such a tearjerker. Even doing this review, I had to stop several times. The loss of this actor is truly a tragedy, and the pain is felt by all. His performances touched us. He had an ability to make us laugh so hard you missed half the movie. He made us cry to the point where we missed half the movie. And now we can't even watch movies without crying. Even reading Oh Captain gets me misty, as does the rest of the Facebook memes. Rest in peace, buddy. We'll meet again when we roll a 5 or an 8. That's just my opinion.
Do 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 do